Bird of the day! It's time for bird of the day. It's time for bird of the day. I know, right? I mean, how long did it take me to beat that game? A half hour. Like, it's only like 12 levels. Alright, well, welcome everybody to Carvest Twigs Bird of the Day. Oh, hi, Sika. Thanks for joining in. Good to have you here. Just in time for Bird of the Day. Oh, we got a good Bird of the Day. Okay, so it's Easter. It's Easter. We gotta do a bird that is fitting for Easter. And so what happens when we come to Easter? What bird do we associate with Easter in the time of the year? We think of the robin. Wait. I already did the robin. I already did the American robin. The American robin. That's what we do. I already did the American robin, so I can't do the robin. So instead I did the robin. Except I'm doing the European robin. Birdie, big famous, even in the TV. America's sweetheart. Obama? Bird president instead of? I have credits to that image for Birds' Rights Activist, which uses a picture of a European robin. So yeah, we got a robin today. So robins, that's the bird of Euro robin. It's the bird of Easter. It's a very fitting bird for Easter. Yes, we love a little fat man. Thanks, I owe my wife. Thanks for chopping in. Oh yeah, European robins are great looking birds. They're little cuties. They're super little cuties. So look at them. Look at them. They got these little tiny little beaks. Excellent. It's America's sweetheart, even though it's the European robin. These birds don't live in America. It's funny. But bird is the big famous, even the TV. And if you're not following bird rights activists on Twitter, you should, because that's a pro follow. That's a pro follow. But yeah, little information about these little floofy guys. They're pretty small. Only 4.9 to 5.5 inches long. A little small bird. Small little pastiforms. 8 to 8.5 inch wingspan. And, less than an ounce. Half an ounce to about 3/4 of an ounce, And, well, here's the weird thing about these guys. It's really hard to say what is their lifespan, because 75% of European robins do not survive their first year. But a banded one lived up to 19 years. And they say that, so it was, I found some contradictory information, so I don't want to write it down. So I found some places that say if it survives its first year, it's probably going to live till like 6 or 7. And some of them even up to like 12 or so, but it's really hard to say. It's like, so like their natural lifespan is like 15 to 20 years. But I mean, it's a rough world out there. A lot of dangers for a little bird. And I'll go over some of those dangers in a bit. But yes, the oldest ever one banded was 19 years old, but the average lifespan only 1.1. So it's just like, that just means that there's very, very few European robins dying a natural death. Interesting. Now, here's another interesting thing. There's a lot of birds out there called robins. Yes, there's a bunch. The robin that we know in the United States is very different than the European robin. In fact, they're not even in the same family. The American robin is a thrush. And this guy's little Muscipitidae, which is not a thrush. They're the only thing that makes these birds in common is they got the red chest. And there's another bird that lives in Australia and Southeast Asia. This got a red chest that they also call robin, and he's in another completely different family. They're all passiforms, but the robins around the world really have nothing in common other than their name and their red chests. That's pretty much it. So yeah, robin is really just more of a term given to red-chested birds rather than a bird of a taxonomical family. As you see, physiologically, you can just look at a European robin and an American robin. They don't really look that much alike other than the red breast and that they're passiforms. But, their size is different, shape is different, yeah. So, you've learned something today about robins. And there's a lot of different kinds of birds that are called robin. This little bird does not fight the Joker. No, obviously that's an American robin. Gotham City's in the United States. So, this would fight the Jester or something. I don't know. Look at that cute little bird. Isn't that a cute picture? That's a cute picture. Um, so, I mean, this is a very popular songbird and very well known for their songs, and they'll sing even in the night. And so, if you're in Europe and you hear especially in the UK, you hear this little sound. Yeah, nice little chirps. Nice, pretty little chirps. Yeah, that's a pretty good little chirp. So one cool thing about these guys is they have magnetoreception, and it's not something that is super uncommon with birds. There's a good number of birds that have it, but what makes these guys interesting with having magnetoreception and being able to see the magnetic fields of the Earth, like they can somehow like detect it with their eyes. Um, Here's the interesting thing: most birds that have magnetoreception are migratory. But the European robin is non-migratory. They stick around year round wherever they live. So the scientists are kind of like, huh. Well, most birds use the magnetoreception in order to guide themselves during long migrations. But these guys don't migrate, so why they got it? I mean, it could be a vestigial ability from back when they did migrate in the past. It's really hard to say, but yeah. It does make it so that they are very good at knowing where they are and coming back to finding place, much like pigeons. You take them from their home, they'll fly back to their home. Red colors, Magneto, European. Uh-oh. Are you saying these birds gonna fight the X-Men? It's possible. Possible. We don't know. Look at that. Look at this right here. This folks, this is the face of evil right here. Look at that. Yeah, it may seem cute. You don't want to mess with the European robin. They're vicious. Oh, and they are vicious. Let me tell you about how vicious they are. So, like I said, they're actually thriving. There's like hundreds of millions of these guys around Europe. They're one of the most populous wild birds on the planet. They are everywhere. But very few of them survive the first year. Well, that's because, okay, 75% of them die the first year, but they're having 2 to 3 clutches of 5 to 6 eggs per season. So every year, they're popping out up to 18 babies. Well, that could still mean, it could still mean that there's still 4 or 5 of them surviving on to the next year. And, yeah, so if 2 adults are making 5 to 6 offspring that grow up and to become viable on their own, that's a pretty healthy population. That's pretty good. So they're doing pretty good for themselves. But the males, let me tell you, the males are very, very aggressive. They're like, they may be a little, but they got some fight in them. And here's the funny thing. They have found that in Great Britain, 10% of European robins that are male will die by tacking their own reflection in a window. Yeah, you heard that right. They'll literally kill themselves trying to fight another copy of themselves in a window. Up to 10% of them that die every year die because they attack themselves in a window, and they go at it so fiercely they keep trying to go after that other bird, and that's how they die. They're aggressive to the point of death. They will defend with their lives their nest, because the males, they're very protective of their ladies. The ladies, when the ladies do all the incubating on their own, and they stay there. The ladies stay at the nest, and so the males, they gotta defend it, and 90% manage to kill their own reflection. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know. They are poor, stupid babies. It is kind of sad. You don't see a crow do that. But yeah, while the lady is incubating the eggs, the male will go out and he'll collect food and he'll bring it back to her. He's almost completely responsible for feeding his wife and his babies. She stays at the nest and he just goes, collects the little buggies and gives them to her, and he gives them to his babies. So the males are, I mean, they're very protective, and they're very, they're kind of like, I don't know, kind of like that Southern man who's like, I gotta protect my family. and takes it maybe a little bit too far. Yeah, you can. Yeah, string and fishing string. There's a lot of good techniques to stop birds from flying into windows. I might do like a bird of the day that's like bird tips. Bird tips. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. So the male European robin. I guess they're little soccer hooligans. Very very fighting. Yeah, don't go after their wife or their babies because they will go after you and they don't care how big you are. Um, yeah, these little birds, they are insectivorous primarily. They will like to eat bugs and worms and grubs. They like those. If it don't have a spine, get in my belly. Now in the wintertime, they will go for seeds and berries and stuff simply because, you know, they got to eat what's available. But they will always choose the insects and the worms over seeds and berries. But you know, sometimes it's tough in the winter. Sometimes it's real tough. You gotta eat what you gotta eat. But of course, you know, European robin, very popular in Euro culture. It's a bird that's very recognizable. Really liked a lot. One thing that was interesting is I read is that apparently in Norway, these birds are associated with Thor and like would fly around the storm clouds he would produce. I thought it's kind of interesting that this is the bird they picked to associate with Thor. Okay, okay, I like it. I like it. But you know, that's in Norway, but nowhere is European robin more admired and held up than in the United Kingdom and British Isles. So, obviously they're very much a Christmas bird there, but they're also an Easter bird. So the two big Christian holidays use a lot of these guys. So in Christmas, you're gonna see them. They're on a lot of Christmas cards, stuff like that, because they are, as I say, they don't migrate. So they're one of the birds that can actually be seen in winter, and that red breast is pretty visible against white snow. But in Easter, they are a symbol. You know, the robin is a symbol of spring and rebirth in the United States, and the European robin is a symbol of spring and rebirth in the UK. But yeah, so they're said that the red breast came when back 2022 years ago or whenever it was. Um, robins were gray and drab, and as Jesus was dying on the cross, the birds flocked to the Savior, and they got their blood on him, and they've had red things. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that started. That's kind of grim. It's like, oh, so some birds rubbed themselves over Jesus's blood, and now all their babies have red. That's not how genetics works, people. But yeah, that's apparently a thing. Um, yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah, the body of Christ is real dry and tasteless, and you have to drink a lot of the blood of Christ in order to get drunk. It's not recommended. I really recommend the body of Satan and the blood of Satan if you really want to have a good time and get fucked up. That's just my preferences. But anyway, so the European robin is not the official bird of the UK. However, there's been like some votes and stuff from like their bird societies, and like it's the unofficial bird of the UK. So it's like it's where this represents the UK, but not by any like official government standard. So yeah, sure that works. But yeah, there's a lot of sporting teams called the Robins in the UK. Rugby teams, soccer teams, you know, cricket teams, all sorts of them. And so yeah, it's pretty popular. It's just like usually a little songbird, and you only like. Well, I suppose you got the Jays and the Cardinals over in the U.S. So, but yeah, I see a robin could work, and it's like it's not about their strength; it's about their speed and agility. So yeah, I mean, come on, birds are pretty kick ass. They do good stuff. So, yeah, the European robin, pretty good. So, well, my thoughts. I mean, come on, look at that face. How can you not love that face? That's a good little bird. That's such a cutie. Such a happy little fella. I mean, how can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of small passiform birds, and it's just like there's only so much to say about the cute little passiforms. But it's like, I don't know, European robin, they got a good soft spot. Good, good little floofers, good little cuters, fighting for the bird rights. They're pretty great. They're pretty great. Good smug bird. I like them. I think as far as the little small passiform songbirds go, they're definitely in my top 10. If I had to do like top 10 oh man, I should do like top 10 bird lists. That'd be something fun to do someday. Maybe Bird of the Day 100. We're actually coming up pretty close to Bird of the Day 100. I think we're in the late 80s now. So, and I don't probably around Memorial Day, we're going to do Bird of the Day number 100. It's going to be a big celebration. So look forward to that. I've got a plan for it, and I think you're all going to really like it. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. It's going to be great. It's going to be a bird-tacular. It's going to be a big, I'm going to do a whole bird-themed episode show. But yeah, it's going to be great. Top 10 birds. I should do like top 10 birds that are not, I could do like top 10 non-corvids. Top 10 water birds. Top 10 parrots. I don't know. Something like that. Birds are good.